right time, right place, creating our own church family. The last 5 years, we were most fortunate to have Pastor Richard Allen Hyde, also doctor, be with us, and especially to be a constant voice of faith and strength. This last year, with the pandemic, God was good to us and brought us an intelligent, well-educated, and articulate pastor to lead us through our faith journey. For those of you who have not been able to participate in the last year's church activities led by Pastor Richard via Zoom, church, Bible study, Wednesday night prayer sessions, and other church activities, you have missed a great deal. His time and effort to integrate his sermon and Bible lessons with history, beautiful artwork, and music from all over the world has been extraordinary. It takes a great deal of time and intelligence to create such a message. I like that. I believe Pastor Richard and this church family have grown in many ways these past 5 years. No pastor can reach all the congregation all the time. But let us not forget the golden rule. Treat others as you wish to be treated. May our church move forward with love, kindness, and strength. I hope Pastor Richard knows he will be missed and that he has given many gifts to this church community, from creating the lovely name Church in the Heart of the Village to enhancing the parish house backyard and many more. We wish you well, and God bless you, Pastor Richard.
You can take it off, yes. I had one shot, and that was Wednesday. So, I have a card for you, and I just wrote a letter because I wanted to say something, but not good on the fly. I'll try to get through it, but you know me. Mike's not here with tissues, so. Dear Richard, thank you for all your caring and support of this church congregation and the community of Gray. I've enjoyed learning about the Bible during past years of Bible study, especially being able to ask questions and not feeling foolish in doing so. Your appreciation for music and movement have been a great thing for us. Bend, Stretch, and Breathe will be missed by many. Thank you for bringing a bit of history to your sermons. I've enjoyed hearing it, as I'm not so good at reading it. That's your and Mike's field of expertise. I appreciate your love of a good wine and relaxation. Most of all, I appreciate your loving, compassionate heart to show your emotions so freely at the pulpit when something deeply touches you is inspiring. I know this is not goodbye forever. I prefer to say see you later. Safe travels to you as you head on your way back to California. Love and blessings, Melissa. Melissa Sauvage.
Goodbyes are hard. So longs are a better way of putting it. I spent the last 2 weeks putting together a little something for you. I'd appreciate it if you can read the card later. That's something that's personal from Bob and me, but I want this you should display. It's a one of a kind. It took 2 weeks to put together. And I hope you'll hang it in your new office.
I like that.
With love and appreciation. And and it says right on the back, a Linda Anderson original with today's date on it.
Carol wants to see it.
I will be very short and sweet. My usual self. I was the first person in the congregation to meet Richard as John and I went to pick him up at the bus station. And I thought, well, I've seen him on Skype or whatever it was we used, and I hope I'm going to recognize him. And when he came walking out, I realized that that was the person I was there to pick up, and my first thought was, oh my, he's really tall. But he was very gracious, and he did bend over and give me a hug when I extended my arms for a hug for him. One of his greatest accomplishments in Gray was surviving my family, our family, at the lake for 2.5 years. And we appreciate the time that we were able to have with him. I may be also the last person from the congregation to say goodbye, as he will be getting a moving van and come and get the storage out of my basement. It wasn't meant to be long-term, but it turned out that way. And one last word of advice: never underestimate the power of a nap.
Melissa, I'm the same way. I just hide it better sometimes. Saying goodbye to a friend. Difficult for most of us. In the 25 or so plus years that we've attended this church, we've said a few goodbyes. Of course, 25 years, we'd be considered newbies by some standards. Carol, Jean. We've said goodbye to members, we've said goodbye to friends, and we've said goodbye to pastors. For Beverly and I, saying goodbye to our pastor has always brought us sadness. That's because we've loved every single one that we've been involved with, for different reasons, for all of them. Pastor Richard, you'll never know who you touch, when, how. She and I, started coming here after attending a funeral where a pastor touched us with his words. I had a chance to tell him later. 18 months ago, no one had ever heard of COVID-19. And I'm just completely amazed that a few of the very faithful pitched in weekly, week after week after week, to continue God's work under very difficult circumstances. We find that amazing. In the end, Beverly and I, and many others, hope God blesses you with safe travels, a warm breeze, bright sunshine. You've made a difference. And just in the end, I'd like to say you're never going to get rich in this line of work. And I'd like to thank you for your service.
Oh, you're back home.
Well, I have to say that I did not come with a prepared speech. My husband and I just returned from 2 weeks in St. Croix, Saturday morning at 2 o'clock in the morning, so I haven't been able to rest my head enough to sit down and write a speech. But I had to stand up and wish you all the best in the world. I've really enjoyed working for you. One of the things I like the best is when I did make the fairly frequent mistakes on the bulletin, Pastor Richard's comment was always, "Oh, it's only a bulletin," which always made me feel a lot better. So I do, from the bottom of my heart, wish you the best of luck and good health. Stay safe. Stay away from the fires. All right.
This journey we call life is very interesting. We make all of our plans and we think, oh, we're going to go forward with them. But guess what? God has other plans for us. And among the plans, he brought Pastor Richard to be with us. I have enjoyed the history, the poetry, the fun, the smiles, and the fellowship. And you're going all the way to California, but I made a gift for you that I want to give to you to take with you, a bit of Maine.
Should I unwrap this and display it? Yes, I think. See, I hate opening gifts. They're so beautiful. I love looking at gifts. I like to leave them under the tree at Christmas time for months. Wonder what's in them. This is not going to be easy. All right, there we go. That's whatever. Okay, I think we'll call this the Four Seasons of Maine. That's very nice. So who did this? Who's the artist? You are. You did this. Did anyone know Marie could do this sort of thing? All right. You're on, I think. You're going to have some work. Just you wait.
Well, I have to say, every one of you is a hard act to follow. I don't have a speech. All I want to say is thank you to Pastor Rick for being here for us. Thank you for supporting the Gray Community Food Pantry so we could feed all of God's children that really need it. It's been a great 5 years. Well, we've been here 12, but we've been with you 5 years. So thank you for all your support for us, and we'll miss you. You can take your mask off if you want.
Thank you, Richard, for your service here. I don't attend the church, but I do attend this Bible study on Thursdays and been very welcomed by Richard. I've enjoyed the time with him. I'm not one for history or art or music, but Richard is, and he's brought a lot of that into the Bible study. Appreciate that. Appreciate your service to the people here and wish you God's best.
All right, so if that's everyone, then again, I invite you to stay, enjoy some coffee, bottled water, muffins, take a look at the beautiful gifts, and welcome. The MOFH committee work as a team to make this come together, and with all of you folks, really. So thank you. Enjoy.
Okay, just one more thing. Say the magic words.
I'm gonna miss you.
Well, it's 3 words. It's a wrap.
Go for it.
Sorry about that. I forgot that one.
Well, say it. Come
Well,
on.
say it.
It's a wrap.
There you go. All right.
Now, what about the Bibles?
What?
What about the Bibles?
Well, I have no instructions. There's only 2 kids, so I don't know.
Linda, is she inside?
Crystal? No. No, I'm too.
She's not even here.
No, I've sent her an email saying, please explain.
She don't read email.
Well, she does respond to emails sometimes.
How have you been?
When she feels like it.
Right, exactly.
Long time.
Like everyone.
Up and down.
Like everyone.
I didn't want to take the chance that you might be.
Good to see you again.
Oh, I'll be in all this week.
Oh, you will?
Yeah, I'll be in periodically. Yeah, getting things boxed up. We'll find one spot, and then a moving van will come eventually. So that's all to be figured out this week. So there's